Hi, I'm Robin Forster with Feel So Alive, and I would like to welcome you to Greenlane Online. And I'm looking down because I have some notes. I want to make sure I cover everything. I am also the past chair of Greenlane and also on the events committee, which we're looking for more folks. So if you're looking for something to do with all this free time we have right now, and speaking of time, the topic of recycling has been coming up a lot with almost everybody I talk to, Facebook, Instagram, it's everywhere. So, how do we recycle or can we recycle? How has that changed? So, to answer that question, we went to Green Lane's very own Angie Marzano. She used to be on a board on the Green Lane board and also in the events committee. Oh, excuse me, you were membership, not
I
events.
was. I
Yeah.
was membership, yeah.
Yeah, we used to have a lot of fun in that group. It was kind of half party, half work. It was pretty awesome. So I went to ask Angie because she is the waste reduction specialist for Lane County, and she is going to be able to explain what is going on with recycling, what can we do, what can't we do, what has changed, all of those questions that we've all had. And speaking of questions, I have a whole list of questions for Angie, and she knows about this. So I have a feeling she's going to cover most of them in the presentation. But if not, we'll have a chance to ask. So, Angie, take it away, please.
Thank you so much, Robin. We just so appreciate the opportunity of speaking to all Green Lane members. Hello, everybody virtually. We're also getting a lot of questions via Facebook and Instagram and fielding a lot of those questions. So it was really great timing with Green Lane, and we're going to tee some of those questions up today. And I hope this is helpful for many of you that are watching today.
Sounds great. And just to say hi to all those folks who are seeing it on the replay too and are not here live.
So I'm just going to launch into it. Robin has given me the questions ahead of time, so my slide deck is in preparation for those questions. Robin, if there's something that I don't cover that you want me to maybe expand upon a little bit more, just give me a peace sign or something, and we'll dig back into it. But this
Perfect.
is really related to COVID communication. You know, what can we still recycle in this time of transition? So one of the things I really wanted to leave the audience with was recycling is still alive and well. Much of what you were recycling before can still be recycled. So your garbage provider is still providing you the same level of service they have always been. For the purposes of this audience, I just put up Royal Refuse, Lane Apex, and then Santa Pack because those are primarily the City of Eugene haulers, but I have contacts for other haulers as well. So curbside is alive and well. You can still recycle tin, aluminum, cardboard, newsprint, mixed papers, as you guys know, the plastic milk jugs, and then the HDPE #2 water bottles and glass on the side. This is a really great opportunity if you're noticing because you're home more that you're generating more garbage. You can call your hauler for additional service. This week I called my hauler because I'm doing more yard work and I needed another yard debris container. So this is a great time to support local business and really reach out to your haulers and see if they have any other service additions that could help you during this time. I mentioned those other haulers throughout the county. Here is their contact information. It's a lot of them are working remotely, but I noticed that they are very responsive via email, and whenever you call, they're able to make those service additions and get it to your door within 24 hours. This is just a reminder that the same items that weren't allowed in your curbside containers are no longer allowed in your curbside containers. So I know more people are eating takeout right now. And so there's a tendency to want to throw that pizza box in recycling, or some of the containers that your food, if you're ordering food takeout, is coming in. Please resist that urge, and those items still need to go in the trash. Frozen freezer food boxes are not accepted in recycling. So this is a really good time just to plug that. And then of course, if you're able to still collect plastic film, please keep that on the side. I know we can't, garbage or grocery stores are no longer collecting that material, but once COVID is over, that will resume. And so if you're able to still store that material on the side, please do so. The other materials listed up here are pretty standard. Keep batteries on the side. If you're able to bring them into Glenwood, we have battery recycling, which I'll kind of launch into in just a moment. I just also wanted to remind people that October 1st, the city rolled out their residential food waste collection program. So if you are signed up with your hauler to collect yard debris, you're now able to put all of that organic waste in your yard debris container. It's really simple to keep something right next to your sink that collects all that organic matter, and then toss it into your yard debris cart, put it out every other week, and it's gone. So I know that a lot of us are at home right now, we're cooking more, we're preparing more food for our families. And so this is a really great time to, one, just start utilizing that service, or if you're not signed up for that service, to get your yard debris cart and start composting that material.
You know, Angie, I just would like to say that we just started on that program in January, and it's absolutely wonderful, so easy.
It really is.
Yeah, it's just super. We're really, really pleased with it.
And I know that they had low participation when they kind of launched that program. So getting the word out that it is really easy, it's really easy to sign up with your hauler, but then to take advantage of this really great service that's convenient as well. And then if you are still backyard composting, just a plug to keep doing that. And because we are preparing so much food at home, you're noticing you're generating more garbage at home. So this is a really good strategy for kind of keeping those volumes lower, because food waste represents about 30% of your garbage stream at home. So either participating in Love Food Not Waste, or then still participating in some sort of backyard compost. So I wanted to put this slide in because commingle in this area, Eugene residents, and then throughout Lane County, goes still to West Rock up in Portland. They are still collecting those materials. I know our local haulers are taking the material to EcoSort. That's being bailed because they're doing limited sorting here, but that's still going up to a material processing facility in Portland. And we've checked in with those processors, and material is still moving. I know that they've limited some of their hours, but they're slowing the lines, and they're still able to sort all the commingled materials that come out of Lane County. This is just another photo that really demonstrates how these material recovery facility staff are literally going through all the commingled materials and putting them into specific commodity types. So mixed paper goes someplace, plastic goes another place, tin and aluminum get segregated. And so that's really how that system works.
You know, Angie, when I went through the master recycling program, I was just amazed at the recycling. It's not so much about what I do on my end, it's about what the MRFs, the material recovery facility, what they can sell.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, and I think I was just amazed. I had no idea that if they can't sell it, we can't recycle it.
These are all commodities. I mean, that is the reason we recycle in the first place. So these materials can go into new products that displace virgin materials. So the cleaner we can keep our recycling stream, the better, because that means that that employee on the sort line is sorting less garbage and more of these high value materials. So we are lucky to live in a county that has 15 transfer stations located throughout the county, anywhere from Florence to McKenzie Bridge. So it's very equitable service. It's very robust service that offers disposal and recycling for the residents of Lane County. This is just kind of a map that shows you the scale of where our transfer stations are in this system. So most of our transfer stations offer recycling. Glenwood, as you know, and I'm going to focus on Glenwood just because most Greenlane members are from Eugene and Springfield. And so we'll focus on what Glenwood can recycle primarily. But as you guys know, we take all of the commingled materials that you can recycle, but we segregate those materials. So when you come up to our recycling facility here at Glenwood, you'll be asked to separate mixed paper from cardboard, from white paper, tin and aluminum, glass is kept separate, plastic jugs are kept separate. But then we also offer anything from prescription drug recycling, sharps disposal, electronics disposal, batteries. We offer a really great free HHW program where residents can bring us for free paints, solvents, cleaners, anything that's likely under your sink or has been stored in your garage for a number of years. You can call and make an appointment, and we accept appointments on Thursdays and Saturdays, and it's really easy, no questions asked. Right now, our staff will unload those materials for you. We want people to stay in their vehicles, but we will do all of the heavy lifting, so to speak. Here's the URL, so you know who to call. And we also have times transfer stations are open, our fees for garbage disposal, and a number of other really great education and information. We also accept appliances and mattresses here. The only thing that we have temporarily suspended is styrofoam, and then any of the items that you would have donated at St. Vincent de Paul. As most of you know, those retail operations have temporarily suspended hours of operation for obvious reasons due to COVID. And so we have suspended that as well. Right now, we're really trying to communicate and get it out in a number of ways, either on our website or through social media, that we're on summer schedule, which means that Glenwood is now open Sunday, 8 to 5. So it's open 7 days a week. We're really asking that residents adhere to strict social distancing for their protection and the protection of our own employees. If our employees get sick, that means we have to close transfer stations, and we can't be open as often as we want to be. So again, the URL is here. We're posting daily updates around if transfer stations have closed or we're adjusting hours. But at this point, it's business as usual, and we're up and running.
You know, Angie, I'm really glad that you were talking about this piece, because I know for me, when I'm there emptying my car and recycling things, I'm in the past not paying any attention to who's around me. It's just like, oh, I have to walk over there and I have to do this and then I have to come back. And I really appreciate you reminding us to wait a minute, take a breath, look around, see who's nearby you, in terms of walking from your vehicle to whichever bin you want to put stuff in.
And most people are being really respectful, Robin, as you can imagine, but even sometimes I forget about social distancing. And so it's just a good top of mind reminder that, especially in a confined space like the recycling deck, just to, have your eyes and ears open and just be aware of where you're at up there. So our employees, they have PPE. They're really trying to be cognizant and aware of where they are in relation to customers, so we can keep that 6-foot clearance. Our main kind of communication right now, though, is if you can stay at home, please do so. If you've absolutely got to come to dispose of trash and recycling, consider coming during the week. We know our peak days are Saturday and Sunday, so if there's any way for you to adjust your schedule, we would really appreciate it. Our staff would really appreciate it, because it just allows us to distribute peak volumes a little bit more. So like I mentioned, summer hours are in effect. Glenwood is now open an additional day, and please consider coming during the week. We're also still messaging around the top 4 recycling no-nos. This is more just to help our local hauling community. These are typically what we would see, and these are the top 4 contaminants. I think it's pretty apropos right now because we're seeing more takeout containers with people eating food at their house now instead of sitting in restaurants to eat it. So we know that waste stream is going up. And it's almost impossible to bring your own container. So from a waste prevention standpoint, I know it's extremely frustrating for customers that want to do the right thing, but right now you just can't. You've got to throw it away. So this is just a plug to the Garbage Guru. Lane County developed this tool 2 years ago. If you have questions around something that can or cannot be recycled and you want to know where to take it, this is a really great tool. I've plugged the URL so people know where to go. It's lanecountyor.gov/garbageguru. Really recommend people go check it out. It's a pretty easy tool to use. You would search, a number of items come up, and it just tells you where to take it and whether or not it can be recycled locally.
That's great. Thanks, Angie, because there's times when you wonder and you want to do the right thing. So that's super.
Garbage Guru.
I love it.
We've been getting a lot of questions around plastic collection, and unfortunately I have to report that we have temporarily suspended 2, 4, and 5 plastics collection. We reached out to our registered community collectors really early on in the COVID-19, right when it came out, where we were getting social distancing guidelines, and there's really just no way for a community person to collect that material without directly coming into contact with a number of their community members. So we are excited about this coming on board. If you can, please continue to store this material, and we will find a way once this madness ends to get that out of your garage. But in the meantime, you have time now to take off the labels and to sort it correctly and get it ready for that person that will ultimately be the recipient of your plastic after this is over. We saw a lot of success with this, and unfortunately, we were just getting ready to open up collection again, where we got more registered community collectors trained. We had about 250 pre-COVID, and hopefully when things resume to normal, we'll be able to get more people registered and more people collecting throughout the community. But to date, we've recovered 12 tons of really clean material that's almost 23, a little over 23,000 pounds, that is now being used to offset virgin petroleum. So this is a really great, we know it's being collected locally, we know it's being processed locally, and it's staying locally. So it's a win-win. I just wanted to give a shout out to our Lane County Master Recyclers. We have over 1,000 people trained in the community that are, I don't know if you've seen any of their posts, but these guys are always getting waste prevention and recycling messages out to their respective communities, and we really couldn't do the work that we do right now without our Lane County Master Recyclers. So I know there was a couple of questions around where to take, construction materials that you would have donated perhaps to Habitat or to Bring. I got an update from what folks are doing right now. Bring is offering customers an opportunity to call them, and you can make an appointment to shop. And they're maintaining social distancing guidelines and protocols and limiting the number of customers that are coming to the Planet Improvement Center, which I thought was really cool. If you need paint, the Metro Paint, you know that Bring is one of the largest retailers of Metro Paint. And so if you need paint or you need an earth machine compost, they're offering concierge service. So they will run that out. They'll run your credit card over the phone and then run that out to customers. They're also doing pickups. If you email Kyle S at bringrecycling.org or call 541-746-3023, they will, you can take a photo or an image of what you have and they'll pick it up. Habitat is doing the exact same service. So it's really great. There's still an opportunity for you guys to divert this material and do the right thing. Next up, recycling. They are open. You can still utilize them. They're offering free business pickup. Hours for drop-off have shifted. They're offering Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8:30 to 2. So they have limited those hours. However, their store is available for you to shop. They're limiting the number of customers that can come in, but this is a really great time to, if you're setting up a home office, you need an electronic product, instead of buying new, go shop at Next Step first. They could use your business. So waste prevention, we're getting a lot of questions around waste prevention tips, what I can do in COVID-ian times. I'm really pushing right now through Facebook a lot of Eat Smart, Waste Less challenge tips. If you haven't taken the challenge, I really encourage everybody to do so. You can go to www.eatsmartwasteless.tips. This is a Lane County campaign that we created. You get signed up to receive tips and strategies and resources on ways to save, ways to waste less food. And right now, that is something we're focused on because everybody is kind of binge buying, and we want to make sure that we're eating the food that we buy right now. We're still pushing out waste prevention tips, how to utilize leftovers better, what to do with old food, sticking berries in the freezer that you can use for smoothies or juicing, what to do with maybe the carcass of a chicken, making really great bone broth or soup base, where you store foods, fruits and vegetables in your refrigerator is something that can make them last a little bit longer. So really focusing on those food storage techniques is really something that makes that food last a little bit longer, and it preserves it, and you're able to utilize it before it goes to waste. One of the questions we've had is what happened to Fix-It fairs? As you can imagine, it was really difficult to have these events while maintaining those protocols, the social distancing protocols. But I'm really pushing the Repair to Reuse site right now because it still has all of those local repairs, all of those local fixers by category. So you can go to that website and you can see if you need your small appliance fixed, who in Lane County can fix that. If you need an electronic fixed, who in Lane County can fix that gadget. So this is a really great tool to use, especially as you have more time right now and these local businesses are still open and they're still fixing stuff. And you have time to actually look at what you could repair during this moment in time.
Angie, oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Robin.
I was just going to say, I know we're on a tight time schedule because of your commitments today, but I also wanted to thank you for reminding us to do as much as we can local. because it's so
Absolutely.
easy to forget that. And there are businesses that are still open that we can access. So thank you for doing that. And I have a feeling you may have some more shout outs for some other local businesses.
Oh, of course, I always have shout outs for local business.
I had that
Um,
feeling.
but Robin, I also have to say that right now, if you have the time, it's also a good opportunity to Google or YouTube how-to videos, because really empowering people to fix their own items is kind of the next step in this whole evolution of how we care for the materials that we buy. And so that's kind of a lost art that we're specifically focused on right now in waste reduction. And so YouTube videos are really fun, and maybe you can get your kids on board to help you do a project like that, where you're learning something together, a new skill. So some waste prevention tips. I've seen some really great tips lately on social media. You know, this might be the perfect opportunity for you to do a little mini trash audit to see what it is that you're generating and what it is that you could possibly forego. I know that there was a big craze on the hand sanitizers and the wipes, and you know, they also are saying that hot soap or hot water and soap work just as well. And so this isn't the time to go run out and buy a ton of paper products that you're going to throw away. Dish towels work just as good, and a bar of soap works just as good. So I just wanted to remind people that hold steady, hold fast to kind of your waste prevention activities that you were using before this. When you go to the store, bring your mesh bags or bring some of your plastic film that's been accumulating that you're not able to take to a local grocery store right now. Reuse some of those materials. This could be an opportunity for you to look around the house and, you know, are you sick of throwing away those disposable toothbrushes? Can you look for an alternative product? You know, this is really a great time for us to kind of look at our own behavior and our own consumption and see what alternatives are out there. Marley's Monsters right now, I don't know if you guys have shopped there, but I know that they're a Greenlane business, they're a Rethink business. They are doing some amazing things with their products. I just bought a reusable sponge, so I didn't use the, you know, the Ajax sponge, or I can't remember the name of it, but and now it's completely reusable and I can wash it as much as I want, and I'm not generating that waste.
We have one too. We love it.
Awesome. And then they have, you know, they have the cool paper towels too.
Yeah, the untowels or the unpaper towels. Yeah.
So I just wanted to shout out to all of our partners that really make the management of waste happen in this community. We could not do the work that we do without partners like St. Vincent de Paul that recycle our appliances and our mattresses and accept so many donations from our community. Hold on to those donations. St. Vincent de Paul is going to need those as soon as they open their doors again. You know, we couldn't do it with partners like City of Eugene that offer the Love Food Not Waste program, Next Step for electronics, Mecca for school supplies, Bring for our construction materials. So all of these people play a role in us successfully being able to do the work that we do, and we couldn't do it without them. So I put some contacts if any of you guys need to reach out to us or Oregon Department of Environmental Quality or any of the local city reps. Here is the contact for that. One other thing I also wanted to mention is, you know, the state of Oregon is doing a lot of work on looking at our current solid waste system and making improvements. And a lot of the legislation that's being proposed, or a lot of these scenarios that are being proposed, talk specifically about extended producer responsibility legislation. So if you're at home right now and you notice that you're generating a lot of plastic that you cannot do anything with, regardless of COVID, this is a really great time because we have time on our hands as constituents to reach out to our local electeds, our state electeds, and our federal politicians and let them know that some sort of extended producer responsibility legislation for these materials is absolutely critical for us to be able to do a better job locally of collecting and getting these materials to market. And that's kind of my plug for reaching out and taking your activism to the next level during COVIDian times. And I think that's it, unless you have some questions, Robin, or anything I didn't cover.
Well, you know, I'm going to look at my list real quick. And Angie, will you be able to give us a PDF of your slide deck so that we can put it up on our Facebook and website?
Happy to.
Okay, because you had some really great resources. And if you have some other resources, which I have a feeling you probably do, would you mind sharing those links with us with Greenlane, and we'll make sure that we get those up?
Yeah, you guys can also go on our website. The recycling guide is a really good tool. And right now you could stick that on your desktop, you could download it. It's a really robust resource that covers much of what I just talked about in this presentation.
Super. And you know, I think that you have covered pretty much everything on our list. That was awesome.
Thanks again for the opportunity, Robin.
Oh, thank you for your time, and for all of you who are watching us on the replay, thank you very much. And don't forget to like Greenlane Facebook page and also go to our website. And I hear we're going to be starting a YouTube channel, so we'll also be able to upload there. So thank you all very much. Thanks, Angie.
Super
Bye-bye.
cool. Have a great day, everybody.